I think we are getting towards the end. So I wanted to ask a fun question. Basil was wondering. Uh, at the end of the Node Wars stream, they talked about voice over IP and being able to have open chat in game. But what are your feelings on open chat in taverns is what Basil wants to know.
Ooh.
Hell yes. Hell yes. Like banana bread at work. I can't wait for VoIP and taverns. I can't wait for that sort of experience. It is something that I'm really looking forward to. I kind of wish it were. I know there are a bunch of ways that this could be abused, but I kind of wish VoIP was happening all the time. But I'm coming from a roleplay experience where roleplay was happening all the time, and I would love to see that kind of experience take place in Ashes. But knowing that it's an MMO and that there's lots of things to consider, taverns are going to be a really good time. And and to hear Steven talk about how there will be VoIP in taverns, that's the intention anyway. So be it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Lloyd, tavern owners can't kick people out at all. That's something that we've raised a concern about and issues with before, and that's
but I
where
like what Derek suggests. Right above that.
Oh, should have the ability to, yeah. Because that's what we've asked for before, and even raised it as a question a couple times, and like the answer from Steven has always been like, no, there's not going to be any additional control and dampening of what people are allowed to do beyond what's already there. It's apparently supposed to be there because it can cause friction or something similar to that. I mean, apparently, or as you can see, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that if you have a business going, you should be able to tell someone, no, just no, you're not allowed to talk here. You're not allowed to be here. Get out of my business.
I think you probably can a typical freehold building, Lloyd, but I think tavern specifically he was mentioning could not. Or
out
maybe
of your house
it's just,
specifically. It's like you're a house. You can kick people out of. You can lock your doors and all that. But anything else on the freehold, no, it's free game. It's open game. Like anybody can go wherever they want, and it's up to individuals to mute someone if they want to mute somebody.
Yeah, but for me, yeah, as long as I have the ability to mute somebody who's being a problem for me, I would be fine with the voiceover. Because then maybe like if we ever want to do a tavern talk, literally in the tavern,
Yeah, like that's.
No, that I don't know. That sounds like a good time just for like a live stream, not a run of show sort of experience. But
with Twitch and everything, there's a lot on the line there.
Sure.
To control.
There's a lot, and that's the big thing is like as streamers and podcasters, like we want to be able to say like, hey, tonight for like Mead Quest Monday, I'm gonna hang out at the tavern and literally just make drinks and stuff and play some tavern games and yada yada, and then out of nowhere comes in somebody just blasting the most terrible audio of both quality and upstanding.
Or just saying the most ridiculous quality things.
Yeah, and it's gonna absolutely like destroy a stream. It's gonna blast people's ears out. It's gonna sound like crap and potentially be a violation of terms of service, depending on what it is. It gets played.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there's that.
I mean, it absolutely in an ideal situation, why not? But I hear you.
Yeah, like I'm gonna have to turn off like me hearing any kind of voice over IP, like just completely mute everything for myself if I'm going to stream anything in the tavern.
Yeah, saying the naughty is that's more what I'm worried about, is people just saying stuff that we don't want heard on our
and that's
stream.
what I was trying to come up with a nice way of phrasing it, like absolutely bringing out things that would break terms of service just because of what the content is.
There you go. Sorry.
So that's my big worries.
But yeah, and streaming on delay does suck. But I feel like with Ashes it's going to be kind of required. There's going to be a lot of content where people can stream snipe you and, stuff if they're on the same server as you at least. But I mean, the benefit is it's not World of Warcraft where you can just port over to a different part of the map and be there in like a second with all of your friends. You have to like actually slowly get over there. So there's that. And we have a whole conversation on our YouTube about slow travel and things like that. But all in all, how about final thoughts on testing and the node wars as our final like wrap up topic?
Great. So yeah, I think from my perspective, being a representative and leader and member of an all cleric guild, and to have this discussion and hear your perspective on being a cleric and how varied you were compared to my own build, and to see the progress that took place throughout the 1 through 6 tests, and to have such great questions come up, and see the potential that is out there for a lot of class diversity. I think the stress of choosing skills through the tree is really exciting and valuable, as far as like, who are you going to be as a cleric or as a ranger or as a tank? There's lots of options out there that I think we're just now getting our toes wet with, and I can't wait to go swimming with all of you, so to speak. If you are a cleric out there, I think there's a lot to look forward to. And if you're looking for info, please come check out the Iron Coin as far as that's concerned. Looking forward to those opportunities.
Yeah. And you as well, Fupo. Virtek, what were your thoughts and overall feelings of testing the node wars?
Overall thoughts and feelings on testing. I like how the tank feels. I did not play any other class, so I can't speak towards any of that, but I can say that I like how it's feeling. They have a nice kit. There's a good variety to it. The skills feel like I am either definitely keeping myself alive or definitely keeping someone else alive, or I'm doing something that feels like this is what a tank should be doing. I'm traversing over here and protecting somebody, or I'm pulling someone who's trying to get away back into us, or like, and Nara, yes, you can. I slayed a good number of people in my days. I did plenty of slaying. We were able to. It's just not as fast as, say, a warrior or something, or fighter rather. It's good. Intrepid, as always, progresses really fast with their fixes.
Yep.
When they had something they wanted to address, they addressed it really quick. And it just overall feels great, and I'm super excited to see it move on to Alpha 2.
Yeah. I also had a very similar feeling. I mean, it feels like I'm testing an MMORPG. I did not have any of the hybrid combat that you both tested, but it does sound like it could be a viable option for cleric. Obviously, Bergund, you were a testament to that. And Mr. Bach, to answer your question and also encompass it into my answer as we wrap up, I feel like after a while, I just kind of saw through it. It kind of was really bright to me. I would have liked to have been able to turn it down a little bit, but all in all, I still was able to kind of follow for the most part what was happening in battle. And it didn't really bother me too much. And that was actually one thing that the community was worried about. And I wanted to speak to that as well. Just as we watched through the different live streams, we're looking at how bright the spells are, how busy they can get. And this is the first time we're seeing all of those spells used together in a very natural PvP orient. And it was very fun because it was scripted lightly, but a lot of the fights were very organic fights. They weren't, hey, let's group up over here and go zerg them while everybody knows like exactly who they're zerging kind of thing.
Syndarix, thank you.
Thank you, Syndarix.
Much appreciated. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
And Nara, we actually, I was talking to somebody during during the live stream in Ashes General that it's the spell animations to me, and this is me as a tank that was in the middle of a lot of stuff happening, not as one person who was casting it right on my character or anything, but I was in the middle of a lot of the effects, and it looked a lot more pronounced on the video recording than it did to my own personal experience. I don't recall them standing out that much when I was running through and tackling everything. But the video on live stream, that when they were playing that on Twitch, it definitely felt like it was much more pronounced.